Hello students, in previous part we have studied about different types of ore. We have already discussed the metal which do not react with at all any substance, they are found in free state. And the metal which are low reactive, moderate reactive or high reactive, they never found in free state, they always found in compound state. And those metal compounds are found in three main states: metal oxide, metal carbonate and metal sulfide. Metal sulfide and metal carbonate, we firstly observe metal oxide, then the reduction process can take place, and the metal which is produced after that we refine it. But metal oxide compounds, directly we can obtain metal from metal oxide by electrolysis. It means the solution of metals when we pass electricity through this solution. In this part we discussed on corrosion. Corrosion. What is corrosion? When any metal exposed in air, a thin layer of oxide deposit on it. For example, हमारे पास जैसे एल्यूमिनियम है, एल्यूमिनियम को खुला छोड़ दिया. We have purchased a new pressure cooker. After some time later, if we not used, we can see that its shyness becomes dull. This shyness dull show the aluminium react with oxygen, so it forms aluminium oxide. So we can say that when we expose any metal in air, this metal react with oxygen and a thin layer deposit on metal. This process is known as corrosion. When any metal exposed in air, a thin layer of oxide deposit on it. This deposition of oxide layer on metal is called corrosion. Process is known as corrosion and metal is known as corroded metal. This process is called corrosion. And the metal, जिस मेटल के ऊपर ऑक्साइड की लेयर डिपॉजिट होगी उस मेटल को क्या कहेंगे? corroded metal. And metal is called corroded metal. Corrosion is harmful for all metals except then aluminium. When we expose aluminium in air, a layer deposit on oxide layer deposit on aluminium. This oxide layer prevent the aluminium metal to decompose the next one. So we can say that corrosion is harmful for maximum metals, but it is useful for aluminium. Same as what is rusting of iron? Rusting of iron. What do you mean by rusting of iron? When any irony of object or substance exposed in moist air, यानी iron के substance को जब moist air, it means the air which contain moisture, which contain water droplets. When we expose this type of condition, iron, a reddish brown layer deposit on it. When any iron object exposed in moist air, a reddish brown layer deposit on iron. This process is known as rusting of iron. This process is called rusting of iron. The iron react with oxygen as well as water droplets So this is called rusting of iron. Whether the process is rusting of iron or corrosion, both the process are harmful for the metals. But corrosion is useful, again listen, corrosion is useful only for aluminium. But although both the processes are harmful for metal, because the metals start to decompose it. So how we can prevent a metal from corrosion and rusting of iron? Before we going to prevent processes, firstly we will discuss iron object. Iron, rusting of iron needs two conditions, moisture and air. What are the conditions essential for rusting of iron? The next question is, what are the conditions necessary for rusting of iron? There are two conditions. First one is moisture and second one is air. We can say that air and water. Air and water. Both are required. If both the conditions are provided to the iron becomes rusted. If one of them means air not water, water not air. If one of them is provided to the iron, there is no rusting can be take place. How you can do? So, कैसे prove करेंगे? How you can prove that rusting of iron requires air and water? How you can prove that rusting of iron require air and water? We proved by an activity. What are the activity? Take 3 test tube. Take 3 test tube A, B, C. This is the test tube A. Another one is test tube B, and third test tube is test tube number C. Take 3 test tube. Put 2 iron nails, 2 new iron nails in each test tube. दोनों के अंदर आप क्या कीजिए? दो आयरन नेल, 2 न्यू आयरन नेल टेस्ट all 3 टेस्ट ट्यूब में पुट अप कर दीजिए. Take 3 test tube and put 2 new iron nail in each or all the 3 test tube. In test tube A, half filled with simple water. Test tube A, half filled with simple water, half remains empty, and make it airtight. It means lid up. There is a simple water. In test tube B, half filled with water and few droplets of water and few droplets of oil. Half filled with water, and is better than we can take hot water, boiled water, and put some droplets of oil, water, and this one is oil, and make it airtight. In test tube C, only put some calcium carbonate. Put some calcium carbonate and make it airtight. We have to prove that iron requires for rust 2 conditions, air and water. Then take 3 test tube, put 2 iron nails in each test tube. Test tube A, B, C. In test tube A, half filled with simple water and half remains empty. Test tube B, half filled with boiled water and few droplets of oil, and seal pack it, or you can say that make it airtight. In test tube C, put some only calcium carbonate and make it airtight. Left this experiment for few days, maybe 5 to 7 days. After 5 to 7 days, we can see that test tube A, iron nail in test tube A got rusted. Not B and C. Why the test tube A iron nails got rusted? It means this is the water content and upper side oxygen present. We can see that iron nail gets both the condition, air and water. But in test tube B contains upper side oxygen and lower side water. Oil is act as an insulator. ऑयल यहाँ पर इंसुलेटर का काम कर रहा है. इसका मतलब क्या होगा कि यहाँ पर ओनली आयरन नेल्स को वाटर मिला, नॉट एयर. यहाँ दोनों कंडीशन मिली. टेस्ट ट्यूब ए के अंदर दोनों कंडीशन, टेस्ट ट्यूब बी के अंदर ओनली वाटर नॉट एयर. एंड टेस्ट ट्यूब सी, व्हाई द टेस्ट ट्यूब सी नॉट गेट रस्टेड? दिस इज बिकॉज द मॉइस्चर विच इज कंटेन इन दिस टेस्ट ट्यूब इज absorbed by calcium carbonate. Moisture is absorbed and only airs remain. Only airs, so iron nails prevent from rusting, and only in test tube B, only water, iron nails prevent from rusting. But in test tube A, both the conditions are present. So we can say that iron rusting of iron requires air and water. Clear? The next one is, what are the conditions required? How we can prevent, or you can say that how we can prevent metal from corrosion and rusting? We can prevent metal from corrosion and rusting by some methods, and those methods are by oiling, by greasing, by painting, by galvanization, and by electroplating, as well as making alloy. The next question arises, how we can prevent metal from corrosion? How can we prevent metal from corrosion or rusting? We can prevent metal from corrosion and rusting by the following methods, and those methods are by oiling. It will make a oil coat. Oil act as an insulator, so the iron only, or we can say that the oxygen cannot be reached to the metals, so metal prevent itself from rusting, or you can say that oxidized. By painting, if we paint the metal prevent from oxidation. By greasing, same, grease is also insulate, act as an insulator. Next one is by galvanization. What is galvanization? A process in which thin layer of zinc deposit on iron. Suppose when we purchase an iron bucket from the market, we have seen that this new bucket contains sinus, white sinus. This white sinus is made up of zinc. So what is galvanization? A process in which thin layer of zinc deposit on iron, that is called galvanization. To deposit a thin layer of zinc on iron, that process is called galvanization. And the next process is by electroplating. By electroplating. Electro means with the help of electricity, and plating means a layer deposit on it. आयरन के ऊपर एक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की हेल्प से एक किसी अदर मेटल की, सपोज निकल एंड क्रोमियम और कोबाल्ट की लेयर डिपॉजिट करना, जिसके कारण से मेटल को, आयरन को रस्ट से बचाया जा सके. ये प्रोसेस इन विच a thin layer of a thin layer of nickel or cobalt deposited on iron with the help of electricity. That process is called electroplating. We have seen that the rim of the cycle wheel, the bell of the cycle, handles of the cycle, they don't get rusted. This is because the handle, bell as well as the rim also contain a thin layer of nickel and cobalt on irons. And with the help of deposition, with the help of electricity, that is called electroplating. One more method, that is called alloy. By making alloy. What do you mean by alloy? Alloy is a homogeneous mixture of a metal with other metal or a metal with non-metal. So what is alloy? It is a homogeneous. What do you mean by homogeneous? It means completely dissolved. Homogeneous mixture of a metal with other metal, metal with other metal, or a metal with non-metal. That homogeneous mixture is known as alloy. For example, brass. Brass is an alloy of copper plus zinc. Copper and zinc, both the metals, when we made it homogeneous mixture, it changed into brass. Bronze. Bronze is an alloy of copper plus tin. Same as duralumin. Duralumin is an alloy of aluminium, copper, magnesium and manganese. These are the four metals: aluminium, copper, manganese and magnesium. All are mixed in a definite ratio. It means aluminium 95%, copper 4%, manganese and magnesium both contained 0.5%. Solder. Solder is an alloy of lead plus tin. These are some alloys. Brass and bronze. The using of brass and bronze is in making utensils. It means they made of utensils. बर्तन बनाए जाते हैं. Duralumin. It is used to make pressure cooker as well as external body of aeroplane. And solder, this is an alloy which is used to join the electric wires. To connect electric wire, whenever there be electric wires decompose, or we can say that the circuit be broken, these both the circuits are arranged, or we can say they connect with the solder. These are an alloy. Same as what is an amalgam. What is an amalgam? Amalgam is a mixture of mercury with other metal. A mixture of mercury with other metal is called an amalgam. Clear? Same, we know that iron is mostly used in our daily life, in industries, in making breeze and many more things. All the daily life belongs or dependent on iron articles. This iron, the pure iron, is not used because pure iron is so soft. So we make this pure iron soft to hard. How we can make this pure iron soft to hard? We make pure iron from, or we can say this soft iron to hard by mixing some amount of carbon. The carbon amount, mixing of carbon amount show the properties of iron. How 0.5% carbon to 2% carbon it makes an iron articles that is called wrought iron. And 2 to 4% of carbon mixing in iron, that is called cast iron. So we can make the soft iron. Pure iron is not used in all the daily life, so we make it hard. But how we can make the hard iron? We can make the hard iron by adding some amount of carbon. As we amount the carbon into the iron becomes very hard. One more thing, stainless steel. What is stainless steel? The iron is mixed with carbon, nickel and chromium. This type of an alloy is known as a stainless steel. Iron mixing with carbon, nickel and chromium. If we add chromium, nickel and carbon into the iron, this type of iron is called stainless steel. Where stainless steel is used? Stainless steel is used in domestic utensils such like as bowl, glass, spoons, etc. What do you mean by stainless? This type of steel is not able to get rusted. The iron or steel which never get rusted, this type of steel is known as stainless steel. The next topic is, what do you mean by pure gold? What is pure gold and how many carats gold jewelry is made up of in India? Pure gold. (24 karat gold is known as pure gold. But this gold is not utilized to make jewelry. Why? Because the pure gold is so soft. We cannot make the jewelry from this type of gold. So there is need to mix some other metals. While we mix some other metal into the gold, its purity decreases. In India, only 22 carats gold jewelries are made up of. In India, 22 carat gold jewelry is made up. How we can make 22 karat gold from 24 karat gold? 24 karat gold is pure gold. इस प्योर गोल्ड से हमें 22 कैरेट गोल्ड बनाना, तो हाउ वी कैन फॉर्म? Firstly, we took 22 parts of pure gold and 2 parts of other metals such like as copper and silver. It means how we can make 22 karat gold? It means 22 parts of pure gold. It means 24 कैरेट का गोल्ड जो है उसके 22 पार्ट्स का प्योर गोल्ड निकलेंगे और उसके अंदर 2 पार्ट्स of either copper or silver is mixed, then we can make 22 karat gold. Suppose one more question, how we can make 18 karat gold? While we prepare 18 karat gold, we have to take 18 parts of pure gold and rather the rest 6 part may be either copper or silver. 18 parts of pure gold or 6 parts of either copper or silver. This type of gold we can make 18 karat gold. In next part we will discuss some ores of iron and aluminium as well as one more chemical reaction, Hermit reaction. That Hermit reaction is also known as Aluminothermic reaction. That type of reaction can take place, we can use this type of reaction in join the railway track as well as crack machinery parts. Clear?